want you to drop.
I ain't gonna drop it. I won't.
Okay, here comes the chief. All right, guys, get in there.
It looks like a huh?
Cash money down. HD camera.
Yes, ma'am. Detail. Okay. Poof.
Thank you, Sergeant. I want to introduce Chief Kathy Lanier. She has been doing a terrific job. One of the things that she started out doing in 2007 was the All Hands on Deck initiative. Residents for years have said, well, we want to see more officers on the street. And Chief Kathy Lanier and her team, having come up through the Metropolitan Police Department, having walked the beat herself, said, well, let's not just have the beat officers being more visible. Let's have all of the officers, sergeants, master patrol officers, lieutenants, captains, inspectors, commanders, assistant chiefs, and even the chief herself out walking the beat. And so the All Hands on Deck initiative has been very successful, and we even bring in the recruits to let them walk the beat. They take information door to door, and it teaches them while they're in the academy that the #1 priority as a Metropolitan Police Department officer is to walk the beat and to stay engaged with the community. So this is the first All Hands on Deck, or AHOD, initiative in 2010. In addition to celebrating the recruits, to announcing All Hands on Deck, the chief also has a couple of very important announcements about homicide closures. Now, everyone has been around D.C. long enough to know that D.C. used to be the murder capital of the world. Back in the 80s, we almost got to 500 homicides a year. Now, we still have too many homicides without any question, but last year we were down to levels that we hadn't seen in the city since 1966, in the 140s. And as we stand here today, we are about 30% below even last year's level. So to say that the 2010 Metropolitan Police Department is doing a great job is really an understatement. They're out here working hard, they're engaging the residents, they're getting good tips, they're following up on them. And no, we haven't eliminated all crimes or even eliminated all homicides, but if you compare us with where we were not too long ago, we've made tremendous strides. And the chief is the lead manager. She's got her assistant chiefs and her commanders. And I want to recognize Commander Conti from the 6th District. He and his team are doing a great job, as are all our district commanders. But it's really the officers themselves and the detectives and the guys out walking the beat who are the real heroes. Every day they report to work. They may do a routine traffic stop, and you never know what you're going to find. Be it someone who could have a warrant outstanding, someone who could have a weapon on them, but they go in and do their job enthusiastically because they care about Washington, D.C., and they want it to be the safest city on earth. So I'm excited about the first All Hands on Deck for 2010. It won't be the last. We'll be announcing them in different neighborhoods, but over the next 48 hours, look to see either recruits or members of the Metropolitan Police Department walking throughout your neighborhood, and that's exactly where they should be and exactly where they want to be. All right, without any further ado, let me turn it over to Chief Lanier. I also want to thank the sergeant and all the team over at the Academy who do such a great job preparing our recruits to be great police officers. Chief? Thank you.
So two big important announcements for this kickoff besides the important announcement of the kickoff of All Hands on Deck. First, we picked this spot. We try and pick locations that make sense for a reason. We picked this spot for a reason as well. And, we've made a promise to people in the city that no crime should go unsolved, and that we are committed to solving every crime, regardless of where those crimes occur. And we stand here today on a spot where a homicide occurred back in April. So when I talk about not just this homicide, but over the past 30 to 45 days, the Metropolitan Police Department's homicide branch has closed two homicide cases, both within less than 45 days. So the first would have been on Saturday, April 10th at 2:30 in the morning. 27-year-old Melvin White was killed in this location here by a subject who we later have been able to identify and place under arrest. And then on March the 16th at 3 o'clock in the morning, there was another homicide in the 2700 block of Langston Place Southeast. In that case, 33-year-old Marcus Herrion was killed by gunfire. Both of those cases were closed by arrest this past Monday with the great work of not only our homicide unit, but the support of our United States Attorney's Office. We have representatives here from the U.S. Attorney's Office today, and also assistance from our federal partners who are also here with us. But, we've made a commitment to close these cases rapidly to stop the cycle of violence, and I think we're continuing that trend today. Our homicide closure rate already at 76% so far this year, and we're continuing to drive that up. So I think it means a lot to the families that very quickly we bring some sense of justice to the families with these arrests. The other important announcement I wanted to make today is you'll see on a graphic over here, and with all the support I have standing with us today, that we are also kicking off our summer strategy. We've spent about 4 months putting together a very comprehensive plan. We have put together in this strategy over the course of 3 months just about everything that law enforcement can bring to bear to continue to improve our public safety. But I will say this, I often get asked as the chief, isn't it difficult to operate as the chief of police in a city where you have so many federal law enforcement agencies and so many different federal agencies and local agencies all involved in the justice system? And I have to say, I couldn't imagine any chief that's luckier than I am that I've never ever had an opportunity to pick up the phone and call the ATF, the FBI, the DEA, all of those folks represented here behind me today, Park Police, Secret Service, also here with us today, and the United States Attorney's Office. So for all of those folks that are here with us today, they work with us every day. And for our summer strategy, we've got a comprehensive approach, and our goal this summer is repeat violent offenders. We all got together. We have the supervision agencies. We've met with D.C. Superior Court. We are working with our federal partners, and we're going to target those repeat violent offenders that come to certain areas around the city every summer and wreak havoc. And that's not going to happen this year. This year, we're taking back those neighborhoods, and we're taking those violent repeat offenders off the street. And there's going to be no problems with coordination, because everybody that's involved in the game, all our federal partners, all of our prosecuting partners, everybody's here with us. We put this together, and we're going to carry it out as one team. So I just want to thank everybody for coming out today. Our guardian angels are here with us today, and we're going to start walking through the neighborhoods and getting the job done. So have a safe summer to everybody.
All right.
All right.
All right, thank you, Chief. All right, if there are any questions from the media, I think we would take them. Otherwise, I know the Chief is eager to dismiss the team and get them out into the community. All right, Chief, I'll turn it back over to you.